Hello family, I hope anyone who likes my videos to support me by subscribing to my channel. Please give me the energy to make more effort into videos. Thank you for your support family, and let's start our movie recap. The first episode of the series features a stunning young woman called Kawan standing in front of her high school and recalling her first memory, Fantastic Zuki. She tells herself that she fell in love with it once more when she turned 24. Zuki is a high school senior. The scene then flashes back to the present, where Kawan is at work, interior design firm in Cranberry. She and her coworkers are browsing a catalog when one of Kawan's coworkers recalls the name Zuki. This grabs Kawan's interest. She charges at her coworkers and reveals that the charming Zuki architect is actually her high school classmate. After hearing this, Kawan's employer informs her that they are working with the architect on a significant project and invites her to a dinner party later that evening. When Kawan and her boss arrive at the dinner party, they are shocked to find Zuki there. Zuki also knows her as soon as she walks in and motions for her to take a seat. Then, Kawan recalls her first encounter with Zuki in high school. While she was a librarian at the school, she recalled Zuki telling her that his career aspiration is to become an architect. Kawan begins to create images of him while she falls in love with him at the same time. While he is now playing basketball, she paints him as she follows him around the campus. When Kawan returns from the restroom of the restaurant, she is surprised to see Zuki crawling to get to a wheelchair that his buddy Watson brought over since he finds it difficult to even place his leg properly into shoes. Kawan is greeted before he departs. When Kawan sees this, she is inconsolable and feels terribly sad. The next day, Kawan goes to Zuki's workplace to deliver the interior designs created by the business there. She observes him content as he works on the unique idea that will be presented to the Sakurahuga area for building a civic center. Instead of being upset with her, she accidentally destroys a little portion of the design while trying to surprise him from behind. It's happy to see her, Zuki is. When Kawan gives Nabi the drawings, she remarks that if their business successfully wins the Civic Center project, they will have the opportunity to collaborate with the Cranberry interior design firm at night. While strolling around the streets, Kawan and Zuki are reminiscing about their time in high school, and Kawan tells Zuki about how she won first place in an art competition at the school, and the two subsequently go to a restaurant for supper. No time is wasted. Kawan hears from Zuki about his mishap, which occurred in the third year of his architecture studies. He explains that a car hit him while he was walking home, which is why he is unable to use his legs. Additionally, the collision caused damage to his spinal cord. Sadly, he also informs Kawan that his damage is irreparable and that he will never be able to walk normally when Zuki notes that he is disabled. Most of the suppliers dislike him and don't like to give him projects. Since Zuki's project is so essential to him, he would stop at nothing to sell it. In the scenario that follows, Kawan is working at her office. When she receives a phone from Tuna, she runs to the hospital and discovers Zuki lying on a bed with injuries to his back. Hisa arrives and informs Kawan that Zuki was working so hard on the project that he became stressed out as the doctors beg her to wait outside. He brought this on himself. He notes that the design is still unfinished and that only Zuki, who is currently unwell and in the hospital, can finish it in time, want to abandon the hope of eventually landing a major job for their business. When Kawan walks into Zuki's hospital room, he is still straining to sketch because of the agony as he completes the presentation's final drawings. Zuki may be working arduously to finish the design for the forthcoming presentation. The doctor arrives and advises Zuki to take it easy rather than a sketch, but Zuki insists on finishing drawings because they are crucial to his business. Seeing Zuki would take care of him, so Kawan requested the doctor to let her sketch. The doctor then departs, and Zuki keeps dry. Kawan makes the decision to support Zuki and assist him in realizing his aspirations despite having a high fever and being in discomfort at the moment. She aids it as well. Zuki stayed up all night to finish the sketch. Fortunately, the vendors liked the architectural idea at the presentation the next day, and they concluded a contract with Zuki's business for the Civic Center's construction. Start collaborating on this at Zuki's business in Cranberry after that, taking advantage of the opportunity to spend more time together on their days off and on the weekends. Kawan and Zuki go to various art exhibits and enjoy their lunch together. Zuki also talks to Kawan about his ex-girlfriend Mickey and explains that they had already split up. He also informs Kawan that, after spending a few more days with her, controlling him will become challenging because of his executory condition. Kawan acknowledges that he has not been able to forget Mickey and that he still misses her. After learning of Mickey's marriage, she makes the decision to Zuki hesitantly consents to go to the wedding, but when he arrives at the location and sees Mickey smiling, he exhales with relief. I also want to thank Kawan for bringing him there. The next day, Kawan finds out that Zuki is in the hospital and goes there to visit him. Later, she meets Zuki's mother mother, who is quite appreciative of her. Kyuin showed him a lot of love. She is told to leave him alone by Zuki. He continues by saying that he is a problematic person and that he would never be able to satisfy and make her happy. After becoming injured, Kyuin leaves the outside hospital room. Madohisa, who she meets, informs her that Zuki lives alone and is unconcerned about his health. She worries about his future and wants him to go back and work in his hometown. After Zuki is released from the hospital on a rainy evening, Kyuin rushes to see him and discovers him outside his home looking for his missing cat. Even now, Zuki makes it seem like Ko would want to leave him, so that she won't encounter any difficulties. Kyuin shouts Zuki while looking after him, proclaiming her love for him and saying how much she enjoys spending time with him. The following day, Zuki gives presents and brings Kyuin to a lovely location. He gave her a necklace that said he wanted to date her, and that he also liked her. After being shocked by the present, Kyuin decides to date him, and as he's ready to go again, his father shows up and sees them together. Zuki drives while extending a greeting to the driver. She tells her parents about the connection later inside Gus' home. Everything is going smoothly until Kyuin says that Zuki has a disability and will never be able to walk normally again. After hearing this from her father, her parents become enraged and leave without giving her food. Kyuin keeps seeing Zuki and spends time with him despite her parents' disapproval of the connection. She also says that she wants to face every challenge in her life with him, but that her parents are always making her reevaluate the connection while she is engrossed in her own thoughts. Zuki tries to save Kyuin after she collides with a stranger and falls on the tracks in front of an approaching, but he is helpless and can only call for assistance. Fortunately, in the following scene, 3 total strangers rescue Kyuin and save her life. When Kyuin regains consciousness the next day, she may be seen in the hospital with a 2-key waiting for her outside. Zuki is seen to be near her. While she was there, Hwan's parents arrived to see her and apologized to them for telling Kyuin that the accident was his fault and that he was unable to assist her. To give them some privacy, Kyuin's parents asked Zuki to advise that he leave the hospital room. We also discovered that Kyuin, who is unwell, worked on the project at Zuki's office and was later replaced by a different interior designer. After her father respectfully requests that they break up with Kyuin for the sake of Zuki's better future, Zuki returns to the hospital to meet Kyuin once more. As they are meeting, Zuki informs Kyuin that they will go on a surprise tour after she is discharged from the hospital, and upon hearing this, Kyuin is overjoyed and gives him a tight hug. The next scene shows the pair enjoying an amusement park ride when Kyuin is fully recovered from the tragedy. They have a good time. Zuki tells Kyuin how much he enjoys spending time after engaging in various hobbies and games in the park, and that he greatly values her presence. He also says that he started thinking of himself as being useless to her after he was unable to stand and enjoy her following her accident. Despite Kyuin sobbing and denying him to do so, he breaks up with her with a broken heart. Kyuin may be seen working in her firm a few weeks later, reassuring herself that she has moved on with her life. She must, regrettably, go back to her hometown. She returns to her high school and recalls her time with Zuki when she receives a call from Zuki's caregiver, Aya, alerting her that he is having a major operation and that there is a very slim chance he will survive. Kyuin goes back to her house and informs her parents that she has to visit Zuki in Tokyo again. Then, Kyuin's father tells her that he was the one who asked Zuki to end their relationship. Additionally, he says that he now knows what his daughter's true happiness is. In the subsequent scene, he advises Kyuin to make her own choice. Kyuin arrives at the hospital and asks God to assist him. Zuki is alive after the hospital operation. She encounters Ai, who gives her a letter that was written by Zuki. Zuki talks about how meeting Kyuin altered his boring and difficult existence. He adds that he wants Kyuin to know that he has always liked her and valued her company in case he doesn't make it through the procedure. In the scenario that follows, Kyuin breaks down in tears after reading the letter. The opening sequence of the film, in which Kyuin is standing in front of her high school and discussing how she fell in love with Zuki, is presented to the audience. Zuki also shows up there once again, having made it through the procedure successfully. He welcomes Kyuin here. Zuki hears Kyuin say she likes him just the way he is and would love to spend more time with him. He comments that the time he spent with Zuki was the finest of his life when he overhears Zuki, and he wants them to work together to conquer all of life's challenges. He continues by telling Kyuin that she completes his life. Zuki then desired a happy marriage with him. She acknowledges that the movie concludes with Kyuin marrying Zuki and having her parents approve of the union. This is how our movie ends. Leave us a comment on how you found this movie recap. See you in the following movie recap.